Incredible flavours, even better stories. One pour, 10 minutes. Aussie bourbon lovers sharing bourbon with Australia.
Oh, no pop tonight. It's a screw cup.
Sorry. It's so anticlimactic, isn't it? One of the amazing things is some of the really nice whiskies do have a screw cap instead of a cork. But do you know what a good thing about a screw cap is? Screw caps never dry out.
That's true. And corks sometimes do.
What are we having, H?
We're having a Weller 12-year-old, original wheated bourbon.
You're right. Cheers. Oh, it makes such a good ting, doesn't it? The Glencairn glass.
Yeah.
Black label Weller.
This is it's not quite a bottle kill. We've still got, I reckon, one more go in that, Dave.
This classic thing that I'm going to get, they're going to tease me again about this thing about
you'll be right.
The bottle's mostly empty when we take the picture.
Yeah, but that's okay. It means we actually enjoy drinking what we're talking about and not like...
Ain't that the truth?
Yes.
All right, come on then. What are you getting on the nose?
Oh, bit of Harvest.
Really? Hey, bit of Harvest. This is where anytime something wheated comes up, H's heritage as a daughter of a wheat farmer comes through to the...
I just, if I close my eyes, not that I've drank bourbon on the tractor, but I'm like stepping out of the tractor when they've just freshly cut some of the Harvest.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably not.
But also very caramelly. Like it's...
I'm getting like apple juice. Oh. You know pressure fruit? You know the sweet... Do you remember this? It's like apple a triangular bottle of clear apple juice.
Oh, yes. I used to love that. Yes, you're getting that.
Just the sweet, like really sweet, yummy sweetness. Which
I've
I think
gone
is
from Harvest to like really caramelly.
Yeah, and then like that toffee, brown sugary. Yum.
Desserty. This has definitely got a desserty vibe going. How about the taste, Dave? Does the taste have the same desserty vibe?
Yeah, I forgot
as the
how
nose?
much I like this. This is so good.
Well, judging on how much of the bottle is gone, we clearly like this one.
Well, it's one of these bottles that for a while there, it was quite... Oh, I might be wrong about this, but I felt like for a while it was hard to get in Australia, and then I got wrong about stuff all the time. It was hard to get, and then we bought a bottle, and we went, wow, that's really tasty. And there's people... So, another one of these Buffalo Trace products that's hard to get in the US, so... people talk about how good Weller 12-year-old is, and a lot of people go, I got it and I had it, and I was disappointed by the fact that it wasn't as good as what I was expecting.
Well, it's that thing of like if you hype something up too much, sometimes it disappoints. But like this is delicious. Delicious on the nose and delicious to taste.
You're right.
What can you tell me about William Weller, Dave?
William LaRue Weller?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that is his name. That's the one that's in that antique collection, William LaRue Weller.
It's a pretty cool name.
What can I tell you about him? I don't know. Well, he was born in 1825. You want me to read off the back of the label? I don't know who William LaRue Weller was. You're asking me as though I'm going to just be able to wheel out some facts about
you're
this
always
fellow.
full of information. I kind of I enjoy drinking this one.
I walked in the door about 10 minutes ago from a late night at work, and you're expecting me to have researched this. Well, he was one of the early whiskey pioneers of America,
the other week,
of course.
You did all your research. You showed me up so bad.
That's because you were putting the kids to bed and I could Google it. But I haven't had any chance. I've literally walked in, the kids are already fast asleep. Cheap as creepers.
Oh, that's all right.
It's fair to say this is a tribute to the man who made wheated bourbon legendary. He must have been the guy who pioneered it. Anyway, if you've got a bottle of it, you can read the back of it yourself, I suppose, or Google it.
Exactly.
But here's the thing that I know you like to bang on about Wellers. Go on. I'll let you go for it.
No.
You're going to be able to do it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
What is Weller?
Oh, is this the one that's like friends with Buffalo Trace people?
What do you mean?
Like is this the...
they make it a Buffalo Trace?
They make it a Buffalo Trace, and the Buffalo Trace is very famous for their Pappy, which is very expensive.
Yeah, okay, well...
Well, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. But Buffalo Trace is its own thing, and Pappy Van Winkle is its own thing. They just both made it the same distillery. And owned by Sazerac. Yep.
Yes, yeah. And they also make Blanton's there.
Yes.
A lot of great bourbon comes out of there. But to be a Pappy, it goes through a very grueling process of I think it's a panel of 16 people. Like it's a large number of people.
Story changes each time, but good. Yeah,
anyway,
go. Yep.
It's a large number of people, and they all have to taste it, and it's got to be unanimous that it's the quality that it needs to be a Pappy.
If you have a letter of complaint about how often we tell this story, you can send it to Helen,
I know I've told it a few
Aussie
times.
Bourbon Lovers.
It's a great story. I'm fascinated that 16 or 12 or whatever it is, maybe it's 8, who knows, I'll have to look it up, but that a group of people sit around, taste the bourbon out of the barrel, and if all of them agree, it then becomes a very expensive Pappy and very hard to get. But if one or two of those people don't agree, it becomes a much more affordable, very delicious Weller.
Great.
There you go.
Well done. I'm glad we got there.
Repeat it again.
Here's another one that you're definitely going to be able to help us with.
I wasn't going to repeat the story, but
no, you did well.
You
did well. It says it's a Weller. It's the black label. It says aged 12 years on it. How old is the oldest bourbon in this bottle?
Don't know. It could be really old, but the youngest is 12 years. See, I know my facts too, Dave.
Yeah. I reckon you could be.
It's not just you that knows everything.
Okay, all right.
But yes, they have to put the age they put on the bottle is the age of the youngest bourbon in there. So even though this is 12 years old, which is a great age for bourbon, it is the youngest bourbon in there. So the oldest could be 28, could be 15, could be who knows.
Can I talk about something that for me I feel a little bit like dishonest when I talk about the flavours I get when I nose a bourbon, because what I want to say,
you feel like an imposter,
because I've just been sitting here just nosing this, and it's good fun to nose this one because it smells so delicious.
Yeah.
Do you know what it smells like?
Well, I just said
a really nice bourbon. It smells like a really nice bourbon, but when you nose it, it doesn't make any sense for us to say the notes I'm getting are
really nice bourbon.
Doesn't make any sense.
But,
and if you say I'm getting cinnamon and toffee,
but for some people it probably makes more sense than if we sit here and say, oh, it's caramel and cinnamon and toffee, and they're like, I don't get any of that. They just nose it and go, oh, that smells like a good bourbon.
Those really chewy, what were they called? Are they caramel eclairs? Chocolate eclairs? Those lollies.
That used to have.
Grandma used to give them to me.
They've really you've
caramel, chewy caramel on the outside, and that chewy chocolate in the middle.
Yeah.
Have I said that before?
Oh, maybe not, but
I think they weren't even really expensive. But
bourbon experience a bit.
Do they? Caramel lollies? Or grandma's lollies?
Grandma's lollies.
Oh, well, sorry about that.
But it does. Sometimes the nose is really good and the taste is doesn't match. And sometimes it's the other way around. You kind of nose it and you're like, oh, not great. But then you taste it and it's delicious. This, I will declare, is one that is equal. You nose it and you're like, this is going to be delicious bourbon. And then you drink it and it's delicious bourbon.
Do you know why I opened this one tonight?
Why did you open this
Can you remember,
tonight?
I told you this last week, I think. We've been having one of our loyal YouTube fans.
Yes.
Or maybe he's not that loyal, but he's just come around recently. I think his name's Tim. Has been posting a lot of comments on our YouTube stuff, and I've been really enjoying engaging with it. Well, he asked about if we'd done any Weller episodes, and so I pointed him to the Special Reserve one that we did. And I was like, well, we haven't done the 12-year-old one yet. So I thought, well,
no. Well, we better do it
while
there's still some left in the bottle.
Well, yeah, no, of course. But I also thought, well, hey, I don't mind doing a request. So if you've got a request for an episode, bang a comment on YouTube or in the podcast thing. We'll do one.
We'll open a bottle or get it from someone if we don't have it on our shelf already.
What a good excuse to buy bourbon. You want us to do an episode, just tell us what you want.
Get our review.
Yeah.
This one, definitely recommend. Can we get this in Australia easily, Dave?
Okay, good one. So you can. I reckon I've seen it every now and again. So our mate at Celebrations Bourbon has got some on his shelf right now. I've seen them. So, and you can. He's got a good range of Buffalo Trace stuff. So I think you'll probably often have it if it's available in Australia. He'll often have it. Yeah. But online, you can definitely get it. Yeah. I reckon somewhere between $2.20 and $2.60 or something a bottle. So it's not cheap. But,
no, but it's not the thousands of dollars you'd pay for a Pappy.
Oh, great. No, it's definitely not.
Yeah, it's not like you're not buying a $60 bottle of bourbon. You're buying a nicely priced bourbon, but you're not spending thousands of dollars on it. Yeah. And you're getting something that's really good quality.
And you might find it at a whiskey Dan's if you're in Victoria. That's Bright, and there's a few others. But, the one that the Special Reserve, the Green Label one, that's really easy to get at a lot of everywhere kind of thing, is nowhere near as good as this in my view.
So what's the difference between the Green Label and the Black Label we're drinking?
Well, they call that Special Reserve the Green Label. There's no age statement on it. So we're going to say that's minimum of 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
But maybe it's 4 years, say. It could be 6. I don't know. I'm making it up. But then this one's kind of like, I think in the series, the next one, and then there's the Antique 107, which I don't actually know what that is. Yeah. And then there's that white label one, which is
the youngest bourbon in here that's 12 years is what makes this one particularly one of our favourites.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. And then there's the white label one, which is CY.
Oh, I haven't seen a white label.
BPB or whatever. I had it once, I think when I was in the States, and it's craft your own bourbon.
Oh.
Craft your own. Something like that is what it stands for. It's a white label.
Yeah.
And the idea was that they kind of took a vote on what they wanted in a flavour. I think they asked a lot of people. I think this is right.
Fun.
Yeah.
I love when they do fun stuff.
And they kind of made this flavour profile. But a lot of people were like, well, I didn't craft it. So I don't know if it's the right thing. Anyway, that's the some of the well lineup. There's other ones too, I think.
Yeah.
And there's also William LaRue well, which is in the antique.
Yeah. I think this would go good with some chocolate too.
Okay. Well, let's go get some chocolate. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you're connected with us on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, and stay connected with us by clicking subscribe on your favourite podcast app.